It's January 27, 1945. Two P-47 Thunderbolts carve through the icy Italian mountains, their engines echoing across the silent ridges. In the rear aircraft sits 18-year-old Raymundo da Costa Canario of the Brazilian 1st Fighter Squadron, gripping the controls with calm determination. Ahead of him is his leader, Lieutenant Luiz Lopes Dornelles. The mission is simple, free hunting, yet the tension in the air makes every second feel like borrowed time. As they thunder around a jagged cliff, both men spot movement below, an entire German column inching across the road. Dornelles' voice cracks through the radio with excitement. "You see that, Canary? Tigers." And he's right. Among the trucks and armored escorts are two unmistakable giants, the dreaded Tiger tanks, crawling forward with deadly purpose. "I'm going in." Before Dornelles can say another word, Canario banks sharply, lines up the target, and dives with the eagerness and fire that only an 18-year-old in combat can have. "Canary, watch the anti-air," Dornelles warns. But adrenaline drowns everything else out. Down below, German soldiers scramble, shouting, "Alarm! Attack planes!" As they race for cover, machine guns tilt skyward. The air erupts with streaks of fire as the column pours every ounce of defensive fire toward the Brazilians. Bullets smack into Canario's P-47 like a hailstorm against a windshield, the heavy fighter trembling but refusing to break. Unshaken, Canario presses the button atop his control stick, and rockets leap from beneath his wings, slicing through the air toward the armored line. Then he squeezes the trigger. 8.50 caliber machine guns roar to life, the aircraft vibrating under the recoil. Trucks burst into flames. Dirt and steel explode upward as he strafes the length of the column. Leveling out low over the ground, he slams his left hand down onto the bomb release. Two 500-pound bombs detach, falling straight onto the massive Tigers. The shockwave blooms behind him as he climbs. Green tracers rip past his canopy. A German 20mm flak cannon has locked onto him, firing relentlessly. Canario pulls up, banking left, trying desperately to hide behind the cliffside. Shot after shot slices by, each closer than the last. "I got you, kid." Dornelles streaks into view, charging straight at the flak cannon. He strafes the position, forcing German gunners to scatter for their lives. As he flashes overhead, he drops his own bomb, engulfing the cannon in a blazing inferno. "Thanks, Luiz, I almost lost my feathers." Circling back over the burning wrecks of the two Tigers, the pilots notice something else farther down the road, another massive silhouette. A third Tiger. "Cover me, I'm going for it." "I'm right behind you." Dornelles drops to a low, steady approach along the road, rockets armed. The Tiger grows larger in his sights. He fires rocket after rocket streaking toward the tank. Several miss, but then a direct hit. An explosion erupts along the suspension. The 56-ton beast grinds to a halt, crippled. Canary finish him. Without hesitation, Canario dives. His last 4 rockets slam into the immobilized tank, tearing it apart. 3 Tigers down in a single day. We should have called you an eagle. But Dornelles radios again, vehicle at 4 o'clock, moving fast. A half-track with a canvas-covered rear compartment speeds away on the road. It could hold troops, or worse, another anti-air weapon. If it gets into position, the fight could turn instantly. "Follow me." Dornelles dives. Canario follows, their thunderbolts screaming downward. Dornelles fires first, his round slicing above the half-track and shredding tree branches. The driver swerves violently. Dornelles must pull up for another pass. Canario doesn't hesitate. He locks onto the target, pulls the trigger, and the Thunderbolt shudders as all 8 machine guns spit fire. The German driver barely glimpses the muzzle flashes before bullets chew through the half-track, ripping through steel again and again. until a round finds the ammunition box. A violent black explosion engulfs the vehicle. Canario races past victorious. But then he looks ahead and freezes. A factory chimney looms in his path. Too close. Too fast. He yanks the stick back, but the impact is brutal. His P-47 slams the chimney, throwing the aircraft into a savage roll. Instinct takes over. He throws the stick left, fighting the uncontrollable spin. Miraculously, the Thunderbolt responds, wobbling but holding. He glances out the canopy. A third of his right wing is gone. I regain control. I hit a chimney. Dornelles pulls up beside him, stunned by the damage. Can you fly home? Canario checks everything. Fuel steady, engine steady, controls responsive. I think so, he says. But Dornelles can't hear him. The radio is one way now. They turn toward the Adriatic, limping home. Every second Canario wrestles with the wounded aircraft, holding it together through sheer will. Then an unexpected mission. Aircraft ahead. 2 fighters appear in the distance, closing fast. Damn it, what now? Dornelles accelerates to intercept. The unknown fighters bank and dive toward them. But as they draw closer, he sees the truth. They're Spitfires. He breaks off and exposes his aircraft's side to show his markings. But the Spitfires have already seen Canario first. They roar toward him. He tries everything to maneuver, but with one wing missing, he's nearly helpless. Tracers burst past him. His tail is shredded. The Thunderbolt rolls violently. The Spitfires flash by and Canario sees them clearly, British markings. The fighters circle back for another attack. Then suddenly stop. Bloody hell, it's a P-47. Sorry, old chap. They waggle their wings in apology and peel away. Damn it, those Brits almost sent me to hell. Finally, the Brazilian pilots reach their base. Canario lowers his landing gear, lines up with the runway, and begins a risky sideslip approach to compensate for his ruined wing. When the tower suddenly shouts, "Abort, abort!" he jerks the aircraft back up. Another plane needs the runway for an emergency. Can't they see I've only got one wing? He's forced into several unstable circles above the field before finally being cleared to land. He touches down hard, but the gear holds. The damaged Thunderbolt rumbles down the runway, shaking violently, until it finally rolls to a dusty stop. Raymundo da Costa Canario survives the war and returns home to Brazil. Unbelievably, the same P-47, despite missing a wing and nearly being destroyed, was repaired and flew 50 more missions before the conflict's end. My aircraft wasn't the only one that limped home. Watch this story about a B-17 rammed by a German fighter that still managed to land inside enemy territory. I bet that pilot wasn't asked to go around again.